You know, they used to talk about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. I don't know how many people remember that show, but that's certainly been on full display in Paris. And we, the fans, have been cheering, rejoicing, and crying along with our team. What's been going on in Paris at the Olympics, the good and the bad? We're going to be taking a look in this edition of All Angles. And joining me in studio, I have our colleagues from the sports department, Denise Walters, as well as Spencer Darlington, Christopher Scott as well, and also Marlon Gale is joining us, who, I don't know, at this point, should I say, needs no introduction as the former coach of our newly minted gold medalist. And speaking of our new gold medalist, Jordan Fort, who is in Paris at the Olympics for TVJ, spoke earlier this afternoon with the new Olympic record holder, Roger Stoner.
Roger Stoner is beaming with pride, and I want to get his choice of words in terms of what is going through his mind now. 70 meters even, Olympic record, gold medal, history created for Jamaica, first ever in this event for a Jamaican at the Olympic Games. Just describe your emotions first.
I can't comprehend what just happened. I'm very speechless. This is what I always wanted, but to come here and do it is just like I'm living the dream.
I mean, you took a victory lap. I saw you signing autographs, taking pictures. Has it sunk in?
No. Honestly, these interviewers, they are reminding me that, yeah, I just won, won the Olympic gold medal and Olympic record. But it's a great feeling. I mean, I did really good.
When you woke up this morning, I mean, what was going through the mind? You must have been nervous. Did you ever envision that tonight you'd be walking away as an Olympic gold medalist and an Olympic record holder?
I knew I had the potential to leave here with something. I don't think I was really nervous. The hard part was qualification, coming to the final. I did that. I had my first 3 throws. I made it to the top 8, and then I had nothing to lose going into the final. So why not go for it? And I did.
Okay, so Mr. Gale, Marlon Gale, as I mentioned, a field event specialist, also a physical education and sports lecturer at the famous G.C. Foster College. And all right, Mr. Gale, talk the truth now. Tell us what you were doing while Roger was throwing.
I was actually in session with Sean D. Thompson, my long jumper. So I actually had my laptop watching while I was coaching. During the rest time, you know, both of us would be standing there because we knew Roger, we knew the work that he has done over the years, where he's coming from, and also G.C. Foster was also a home for him where he had the opportunity to come and do the sort of fine-tuning work. Because of the kind of personality that he had, you know, sometimes we'd take him away from the crowd at St. Diego.
What kind of personality?
He is... Well, if you see it, he's speechless. Roger is a man of few words, but he has his jovial side and so forth, but he's very focused and objective in anything that he wants to achieve. So that was the opportunity to really take him and work on those areas, because he came to St. Diego at 6'4", barely able to full squat, because of the stage of puberty that he was, and understanding, you know, the development of athletes at that level. I wasn't in any rush to ensure that, you know, he was doing what others were doing. So patience was part of the process, and but based on working with him, he was willing to listen, he was humble, and any question that he had, you know, he would ask then, but from that is just right back to working and so forth. So has been a good experience nonetheless. I
was watching you watch that interview with Jordan, and you were smiling, and I'm sure it's not the first time you watch it. Well,
no, because I can somewhat guess how he's going to respond, because as I said before, he's jovial. He has that comical side of him, but you're not going to really see it unless you're really around him. And it actually took me aback with some of those sessions at GC Foster, because he had this thing with him that today's session is in Estonia, the next session is in London. He was that kind of athlete who, and funny thing about it, Virgilius Alekna, of, I think Estonia was his idol when he was coming up. So when he qualified, I sent him a message. I'm not sure he has seen it yet, but it seemed as if I had actually written the script of what was going to happen on the day, because I said, here we talk about Virgilio Salekna, but the opportunity to compete with his son, Malaiko Salekna, was definitely something special. And even Ralph Mullins would have had the experience with him in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, World Juniors. So I said, this was the perfect time for you to really prove who you are and so forth. Everything is in your hand. And he's that kind of person.
So when he threw the 70 now, what you did?
To be honest, so here's what. I finished training and I had to rush somewhere. So I was listening it on the radio. So by the time I left GC and reached Angels, I heard a gentleman on the radio said that he threw 70 meter, and I said, yes, that's what we were waiting for. I was, of course, for every coach that knows me in Jamaica knows that I'm not one that run and celebrate.
Okay.
You see it in my smile and so forth, because you know what you have worked for, you know the athlete, and especially when the athlete does it, it is just a fulfilling moment. I can tell you I was driving a little bit faster at the time, but I had to contain myself, but I'm really, really happy for him. I know his mom is very happy for him. She has been that sort of support that, you know, young men at that age, need at that time. So it was just a special and surreal moment.
I tell the truth. Everybody you're hanging your head, actually hanging your head. Tell the truth, who had Roger for a medal at all, and who had gold?
Well, I don't, I don't, to be honest, I don't think that many persons did. I know that
that's your way of saying no, he wasn't on my list.
I'm gonna be honest, he wasn't on my list, to be honest. Okay. I know that Denise for
I had all three as prospective,
but she had a prospective for the discus through. But you know, it was very unexpected, to be honest.
Dion, when this Olympic Games finish, this will go down as the most unlikely gold medal for Jamaica.
Yeah. Viewers, let's just be clear, viewers. What they're all saying is that none of them had this as
I can tell you who did had a gold medal. He had a different person for the gold medal. Our correspondent Higgins, Delroy Higgins, he said 6 rows, all you need is one.
And that's
he had a different person for the gold, but he had the gold. 18 medals Higgins put on there, and him said, discuss in there. Getting a gold.
But as I said, Dion, I'm being very pragmatic. We had 3 gentlemen creating history by getting to the final. For me, that would have been enough. I had nobody in this event getting a gold medal for Jamaica.
How you reacted when you heard?
I was stunned into submission. You heard even the commentator. The commentator could not find the word. He was trying to say this is an Olympic record. Even the commentator was stunned. But given his season's best, 68.61 meters coming in Dion, if you can reproduce that or even go a little better on the global stage, you can get a medal. Because I keep saying if you hover around the 70-meter mark, low 70s, high 60s, you can get a medal.
Right.
Daniel Stahl.
Hold that thought for me. We'll come back. Stay with all angles. We'll soon come. Whole heap more to come.